Yep, I'd execute someone.
Please don't tell me, because then you're gonna want to kill me because I know too much.
There's nothing that you know that bothers me, Carmine. People think I'm holding secrets. I'm very open about everything I do. You think I need to be plotting against the imbeciles that I'm surrounded by?
Politics, Mr. Mayor, politics. You always got to be one step ahead of your
I'm
opposition.
so far ahead that I constantly have to let my guard down just to keep things interesting.
I think this should be far enough.
All right.
Oh, you wanted a nice view.
Of course.
You
And a
see
place
that
to
shit?
dump your body just in case.
I'm a little too wide, my hips. I'll be. They'd see my cadaver. And plus, in water, bodies bloat. So I'd probably get found within 2 days or so. No one knows I'm here with you, so please don't kill me. I don't know if you remember. If you watched 60 Days in, 60 Day Fiance, or whatever.
Okay, I think those are two different shows.
I know. 60 Day Fiance is what I meant.
Okay, I thought you meant like the show with the prisoner.
No, not that one. Not that one. That one was good until everybody knew about the show.
What do you mean?
Like the first season was amazing because nobody thought that they'd, plant in fake prisoners. It was like real and raw. But then season 2, they're like, "Hey, you're from that show 60 Days." For some reason, every fucking criminal knows. Yeah, it was just, that type of show loses value the longer it goes on for, and the more mainstream it gets.
Yeah.
One moment, Alana. I'll call you back, okay? Well, anyway, the reason I'm talking about 60 Day Fiance is because this guy, right? The most, like the face of it, the mascot is the little chubby guy, 50s, no neck. Gets with a lady from Malaysia or Philippines, or somewhere in Southeast Asia. And then he asks his girl, the person he's gonna marry, oh, 1 second. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, you're telling me the show is about...
I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you at your premise.
You tell me the premise of the show is that they pay someone in a third world country. Oh my yikes!
Yeah, green card type.
That's crazy. So
anyway,
give them enough money, they can't say no type shit.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's what's funny.
Is it funny though? That sounds fucking creepy as shit.
I mean, capitalism. I don't know.
Yeah.
American culture is built on, if you have money, you get what you want.
So for entertainment, people are given these false promises to come in and marry someone with an American passport with the promise of all kinds of money in the midst of one of the biggest crackdowns in U.S. history.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Right now,
Well, even before that, but
right now, like, people getting snatched up off the street. Anyway, there's a scene in that where, like, he takes her out somewhere nice, and then he asks her, "Do you like the view?" And she's like, "Yes." And then she asks him, "Do you like the view?" And he looks at her and he says, "You're my best view." That was just so cool. No neck Ed, Riz Master. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
How is it Riz when the production company's paying her money to?
Oh my god.
It's pretty much human trafficking.
No, it's
sounds like prostitution. Like, what do you think she's gonna say?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay, how is it not prostitution? So
you're looking at it with no
third
insight.
world country, right? The probably comes from a background that, like, where the amount of money she's getting is so beyond, like, anything she could ever imagine, that her family, like, everybody around her are gonna be eating good for generations. And what do you think she's gonna say? You know what I mean? You could say the cringiest shit, and of course she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're great." Deep down, hoping, waiting for the day the production company says, "All right, there's not a new season," and she gets to go back and live a life from there.
Wait, in that analogy, wouldn't both be predatory? One is using the other for a green card, and the other's taking advantage of the fact that they have access to a wealthy country. Would be two bad guys.
I mean, we can get into this topic, but there's a reason why Johns are the ones that get,
Oh yeah.
Thrown into prison.
You're right. There's a bigger bad guy.
Yeah.
There's a bigger bad guy. Well, the reason I called you is
We're not doing that
remember.
if that's your idea. You want to fly in?
I don't want you to fly me out.
You want me to fly you out?
No, that's not. No, it's just.
You want me to sell you?
I'll tell you.
You want me to pimp you out to someone rich?
I will tell you. Listen, this entire dialogue started because you said.
Oh, it's because of your bank account, $650,000.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money. That's a joke of money. It genuinely is nothing.
Me.
Well, it's a lot to you, but you probably want a little bit more. So you want me to, market you, to some like rich billionaire over in Vinewood. I see what's going on.
You got me. You're right. I want you to start up a new department called Davis PD and make me the chief. You got me before you leave office. Because why not? Why not?
I could.
You could. Are you gonna?
No.
It was worth a try. Anyway, moving on. The reason I called you over is, I don't know if you remember, but you gave me a job a long time ago. It was simple. The criteria was find out why Jeffrey Bones was fired and all information pertaining to it. I want you to know that I have the motherfuckers in checkmate. Okay? There's a docket posting that I put out.
That's right. I saw that.
There's a judge now looking at
that whole thing report. Is actually cracked. I want you to tell me if I'm wrong here, all right? But why would a judge be evaluating the report outside of court without the defense, in this case, the Blaine County Sheriff's Office? Why would he be checking? Do you get what I'm saying? He's looking at the evidence without the defense even objecting.
I feel it's because it's I have it formatted like a claim, but it's actually just a motion. I'm just requesting a motion to produce because they're using the FOIA Act to like not allow me to see it. So I think he's looking at it to ascertain whether my claim is based in fact before he takes it seriously. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
The follow-up to it is
you filed it wrong, is what you're saying.
I mean, maybe. What his findings are, what do you want me to do? You want me to sue him?
I think it should be public. I mean,
it's gonna be.
A month ago, there was a member of law enforcement that was actively attempting to murder civilians, and the PD covered it up. And
that's what they tried to do
here. It took 2 to 3 weeks. It was worse. This guy was fucking Mason Dixie. Had a journal documenting that how he was hunting down members of ADMC with the intent to kill them. And then when it got caught out, the PD high command didn't tell anybody, and then buried him in Blaine County next to people that died with honors. Right?
Yep,
like,
I remember
that's
that.
insane. It took 2 to 3 weeks before the marshals even publicized it, but I got it directly sent to me because they don't want the public to know.
I've noticed that too with the BCSO. They like to keep all their dirty laundry covered up. I don't know why. One thing that came up, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was someone that was directly involved in this phone situation, but they said they didn't want to they didn't want to abide by the FOIA or give over the report out of fear that they'd get sued by future.
I don't believe in law enforcement. I think that they're not what they used to be. Never were. Not even interesting. None of it. You know how many times I've watched
the LSPD looks good.
No. It's just a little bit better. They got the same fucking poison rushing through their veins. There's nothing you can do. It's an unsatiating appetite for the fucking ping. I'm surprised you don't miss it yourself.
Wouldn't you? I mean, maybe a little bit, but I'm in rehab and I'm staying away from it for my own sake. Would you consider it? You've been the mayor for almost a year, right? Wouldn't this be a, don't kill me, but wouldn't this be a failure?
It is.
Your failure, a legacy of PD failure?
I made the mistake of considering people's feelings. But you know how it is. You can only
make the chief.
You can only
run it back.
If I could run it back,
make the chief day one. And they have a year to like develop the police force, which is more than enough time.
Turner is the best option, but Turner is working with old pots.
Yeah, I get what you mean. He's got to work within the confines of his PD reality.
Yeah, if you think he doesn't stomp his foot to the ground, he's going to have like 5 officers left. I think most people have a fear of being stern. I mean, hell, we had this guy just yesterday, right? Claims he's a federal agent, right? Checking inside people's properties. I'm sure he's got good reason. Maybe he is a Fed. But these fucking degenerates couldn't even for a second consider, hey, maybe we should validate he is who he says he is. Instead, they just kind of put up their hands and like, well, you know what I mean? He seems special. Let me just, watch. Let it happen. My point isn't to say that anyone should have put a stop to it or done anything drastic, but at least put some fucking effort into it. Like, just ask the guy. The fact that I had to go and press him on that, right, and give me some credentials, right, is embarrassing. I'm the fucking mayor.
I get that.
But you know damn well, Carmine, look at what happened to you. You did something just a little bit wrong, and all of a sudden the fucking, you got like 20 daggers in your back. It's the same kind of shit.
I may be a little biased because I was fired from the LSPD, but I will say this. I can understand why they didn't take the affirmative stance on this guy you're talking about. How do I put this? If you break from the mold in the police force, and while breaking from the mold, you try to, take an unorthodox approach, like do things outside how things are currently done while not violating SOPs.
If you break away from the programming.
Yes, you get fucked. You get fucked.
It's like the Matrix. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're all fucking agents, NPCs. The moment someone starts to, like you said, fall out of the fold, right? All of a sudden that feeling is strange. I don't know. I don't know how to handle this.
Someone fix it.
Yeah.
Deal with it. He swallowed the wrong pill. As soon as you do something like that, everybody's watching you.
They don't know how to react to it. They know how to react to a ping. They know how to, what they're supposed to do in a chase, what they're supposed to say before they shoot. But anytime there's even like a small semblance of something moving away from like the everyday routine, it's just jammed up. Don't know what to do. And it doesn't help either that you got a bunch of cunts that if you do break away from the mold, if you do act a little spice, if you do try to do something outside of the norm, you're an enemy, you're a target, you're someone going to beat on. And they always go for the easy ones. People that are, green lighted to be dumped on. People like yourself.
I am. And maybe it's a chronic thing that can be fixed because of how the ranking works. If you follow the rule book, you play by the book, you do all the bureaucracy bullshit, you move up the ranks. If you don't, you don't move up the ranks. And if you do something that stirs up excitement or is different, the people that moved up the ranks are now looking at you as a potential rival. Like, oh my God, this guy might come from my rank or outrank me. I gotta deal with it. This is the way the system is set up. It promotes one form of policing.
One form of mentality.
Yes.
I understand that it affects everybody else too. Like, look, I mean, I look back all the way to my first term and talking about like the border and this and that. You know how much that agitated people? Just the idea that I might do something like that. don't want to even entertain other things getting into the way of the routine. And that hasn't really changed much. I'm going to be honest.
The more I think about it, I feel like this issue we're talking about is, I'm not fear-mongering, but the BCSO has it the worst. The way they handle the Pred just accentuates everything we're talking about right now. It's just like maximum. This should be Blaine rot. We should call it Blaine rot. Right on, call it Blaine rot. That's what it is. It's Blaine rot, and it's in both departments.
I agree. People are afraid. Most people don't have the balls, right? They're afraid of how people might think of them. Maybe they're mean, right? But the more you're able to embellish someone's existence and let them do what they want to do, everything's all right. I mean, I've watched plenty of civilians, criminals even, eventually throw their hands up in the air for the same reason. Because eventually it becomes, what's the point, right? No matter which buttons you press, the output's all the same, right?
Too systematic.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's that snake that eats itself?
I know what you're talking about.
Ouroboros, whatever. Or
you're talking about from Greek history?
So
I know what you're talking about.
Police follow like a certain system that they stick to, and then the criminals figure out what it is, and now the criminals work around that, and then now it's systematic. Now it's but you're basically scripted tango.
That's exactly it.
When you do anything outside that, you get fucked because they don't know how to react to that, and then you're like, why am I even bothering?
Here's the thing, though, because it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Listen, it's not that long ago I was popping into banks. I got caught maybe once. That's because fucking Donnie drove into a bush, and his fucking shiny goddamn helmet was sticking on out. You have to understand that kind of mentality still exists, right? Those kind of people are dormant. But like myself, even. Why the fuck would I want to crack into a fucking bank when someone knows who the fuck I am, right? Just cuz.
Yeah, I get it.
You're not gonna want to, go beyond the norm. Isn't that what makes things interesting? Solving problems in the fucking moment, right?
Yeah, and the issue isn't consequences for going outside the norm. It's how people react to it. Like, say you do something outside the norm that's crazy. Someone who has a badge and a gun could just walk in, shut it down instantly. Or they could shut it down over time and drag it out and make it interesting for both parties.
And that's when you get fired. Or even worse, knocked down into non-existence. So, when you ask me the question, the answer is, yeah, it's a failure. But there's not much to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Mr. Mayor, how would you like for me to proceed with this Blaine matter? Should I just continue as is, find out what this report entails, and then just pass that information over to you?
I think it should be publicized, personally.
Okay.
People need to know.
Right.
This is people need to know what Mason-Dixie did. And yeah, it's true. Maybe 98% don't give a fuck. They want to go to their next bank truck. Doesn't matter if it's a cop or whatever, but the right people do care. Because if you think things matter, then you should care. And if you don't, well, how much do you really value your future?
Anyways. Well, I'll fulfill your the case.
I got something else for you.
Are you do?
Yeah, because the PD refuses to look into it. Fucking
Okay.
useless scumbags. I recommend you look and pull the Blaine County financial records. Notice the
They're not
biggest
gonna give me that.
transfers. It's available to everybody.
Oh, so okay, I'm a for you.
You pull that and just take a look and draw your own conclusions. And then maybe you should ask the question, why did the sheriff's office, why did the marshals refuse to ask any questions?
What would you have me do with the findings?
I'm just giving you something to do. I don't really give a fuck.
I'll make it public. Whatever the findings are, I'll make it public.
Or do whatever you think is best. At the end of the day, hey, you may not be a cop, but your mind's right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do try. You have a good one.
You too.